They was asking Dak about Jalen Tolbert, so Dak had this to say.
And obviously, you draft a guy in the third round, you expect him to come in and make a difference. And losing the weapons that we did out wide, we're going to count on him, and he knows that. But he's a guy that's come in.
I just want to pause right there for a second, Dak. He didn't say – I said pause right there for a second, Dak. Will Steele, I want to pause right there. He didn't say we lost Amari. You know what I'm saying? He say, yeah, man, we lost some guys outside. We lost some guys outside. Does that mean anything to you, Will? Or am I just trying to push this Dak in like Amari?
You are definitely trying to push that heavy, dog. Be careful.
I'm not trying to push any mess necessarily, but I just wonder, Will Steele. I wonder. Something ain't right here. There's some treachery afoot. It can't be that Amari Cooper was too expensive. I don't want him to say nothing. Dak is never going to be able to say anything. Yeah. It's only my job to speculate, right? I feel like you have Amari Cooper, who we do consider a valuable player, that makes $20 million. The highest wide receiver market is like 30 million now, something like that. Amari's not expensive. What happened?
What do you mean?
I'm not saying Amari was a diva, but somebody think Amari is a quitter.
Bro, did you not remember when he sat out because of COVID with the owner, how upset he was? Are we forgetting
All
that?
right, Dak.
You draft a guy in the third round, you expect him to
I'm not trying to stir nothing up. I'm just asking.
come in and make a difference. And losing the weapons that we did out wide, we're going to count on him, and he knows that. But he's a guy that's come in, had the right approach in it, learned the playbook, asking more and more what he can learn, and he'll continue to get better. And I'm sure he's going to take huge strides just in this month we're off, knowing his personality and the guy he is.
Now, just based on these handful of talks here and there, Will Steele, we know that Dak Prescott really does like Jalen Tolbert. He damn near, I ain't saying that he handpicked him or whatever, but we know that maybe Will McClay, gave the list of receivers. Hey, Dak, here's the list of possible receivers or whatever. But at least they hitting it off, right? And this is the time of year where we really kind of get into that, right? This isn't just, all right, young buck, let's see what's going on. We always hear about these Peyton Manning stories, right? And I hate when Cowboy fans call Dak like a bad quarterback, but they immediately go to like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady conversation. I hate that shit. But, Peyton Manning would get a new receiver and he'll basically be like eating his lunch if he's not, whatever, if he's not up to par, if he's not, playing like a Peyton Manning receiver, right? Dak seems like the kind of guy, okay, well, arm around you, Jalen Tolbert. What you need here? What you need here? What you need here? And I think it's because Dak just understands, okay, I mean, we want you to be great, Jalen, but we need you. Gallup probably ain't going to be here week 1. I don't know what the James Washington thing is going to look like. We know CeeDee's going to be there. We're going to play a lot of 3 receiver sets, right? We're going to play a bunch of 11, a bunch of whatever, 10, whatever, right? Jalen Tolbert, we need you. And I think Dak putting in this extra work is good for him, so I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, great. Just getting better. Continues getting better. I mean, all I'm comparing him to is the last time we were out there at practice, and he's making a stride. So as long as we continue to do that, he's putting himself in a good position.
Now, something that will be annoying at some point is every time we talk to Zach Martin, we got to ask him some O-line questions. I think it'll be pretty annoying if every time we talk to Dak, we got to ask him Jalen Tolbert questions. I'm sure at some point Dak will be tired of answering Jalen Tolbert questions. 5 minutes later in this interview, keep that film going, Will Steele. They asked Dak Prescott about Jalen Tolbert again. Dak said this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily know that particular play, but now it's about going back to that and really explaining him to why that was good, or going back to finding other plays that maybe wasn't so good and explaining him and talking through them. So now he has the reps to see it and to learn from, and just the more reps we get, the more we can talk over those and continue to grow.
So how often, Will, do you think a quarterback really takes a young wide receiver like that and really, really put his arm around him, right? Like, do you think that Tannehill and Treylon Burks kind of got the same relationship, or do you think Aaron Rodgers and Christian Watson are going through the same thing right now? Or is this just Dak being leadership Dak?
I think this is normal. I don't know about Tannehill. I don't know if even Tennessee views Tannehill as their franchise guy moving forward. I can talk to my A to Z brethrens over there. But guys, like franchise quarterbacks, when you become the big homie, because that's what this is. Dak is the big homie now. You got to be able to do this. At the time where, since we were talking about Cooper, when they brought in Cooper, he couldn't do that with Coop because Coop was the big homie. And you hear him talk about it with Lamb. He's the same way he's talking about Jalen Tolbert is the same way he talks about CeeDee Lamb. He's the veteran now. He's the guy now. So he's got to do that. And you'll probably talk about it. They'll be, I guess, going into the Dak yard. off campus to continue to work. And that's the kind of the things you want to see in your franchise quarterback. I think those are normal things, but not every quarterback's like that. Hell, you heard Tannehill say, I ain't helping this dude out. He competing for my job. Screw him.
Tannehill don't even like the people in his own room.
Yeah.
He don't even like the people in the quarterback room. At least you got, you know what I'm saying? At least there should be camaraderie amongst quarterbacks. He's like, all right, threw interceptions today. I don't like him. Speaking of Dak Prescott getting more continuity with his wide receivers, they also asked him about James Washington. And I just be like, bro, we've talked to Dak 5 times and asked this man nothing about James Washington. Like, fam, where y'all been at?
Right.
But better late than never. Randy Dakota Prescott, how do we catch James Washington up to speed, sir?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get together. I'm fortunate, obviously, to have a field at the house. We'll make sure that we get out there a few times and just. As content king, I immediately went to this clip because Will said backyard.
Yep.
Come on.
Make up that chemistry. Just get some of those routes, some of those things that we may not have feel comfortable on. But CeeDee's a guy that we've been working. We've worked all the way up to this point. So he's not necessarily what I'm talking about. But James and some of these other guys will make it a point to get some extra time in.
I know Tannehill ain't got no goddamn field at his house that he's inviting Traylon Burks. I know that ain't the case. I know that ain't the case. But bro, how dope is that, bro? Like, I got a football field in my backyard, and he just gave us some more tidbits, right? Look, when y'all listen to these player interviews, man, read between the lines a little bit. I know that's cliche-ish, but he'll give you information not on the question that's answered. They asked about James Washington and the new receivers coming up. He said, "Hey man, me and CeeDee ain't missed a day. Me and CeeDee been here." You know what I mean? So what that mean to me, just read between them. Hey, bro, him and CeeDee shouldn't have chemistry problems, because it was a lot of times, and Will being the one of the best in the business that he is, he said this all the time. Hey man, Dak ain't been playing with CeeDee terribly long. You know what I'm saying? Dak was hurt, rookie year or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then they kind of played a little bit, but they don't have that long-term, quarterback receiver relationship like some of these other pairs do. So they had some time to make up. But Dak got this backyard. CeeDee Lamb comes over. Hey, look, we going to work every day to make up, right? So if you may be having mental mistakes, maybe you read a coverage wrong, you're reading leverages wrong. Oh, so what's going on with these drops? Are they focus drops? Well, let's work on this, right? They got all the time in the world away from the team, right? They're not just showing up when it's time to practice and then they're working on it. They're working on it while everybody else kind of chilling and recovering or whatever. So Dak and CeeDee ain't miss no time, man. Just wanted to say that. Was this the end of the James Washington clip? Let's go back 5 seconds and see. I'm talking about what James and some of these other guys will make it a point to get some extra time in. All right, cool. So now we on to this next clip. 3 minutes down the interview, somebody brought James back up. But hey, Voch is here for you, man. Voch here for y'all. We're gonna go ahead and put it together. They asked Dak about James Washington again. Here's what Dak had to say. Yeah, I mean, obviously just a veteran. I mean, you turn on the film, contested catch guy. He's got some juice. I mean, he can take the top off, and just in the time that we've had, he's been very, very friendly and quarterback friendly. And so running good routes. I'm excited just to see him with the defenders now. I bet you Tannehill wasn't watching film on Traylon Burks to know what kind of player he was before he got there. I bet you he wasn't. But our guy, Dak Prescott, I'm sick of these fans, man. I'm sick of these fans talking crazy about our quarterback. Will Steele, you know what I'm saying? When Dak Prescott watching film on James, hey, man, he know exactly what type of wide receiver he getting. Quarterback friendly, contested catch, deep ball. Everything that Voch has talked about on the James Washington film session, Randy Dakota Prescott just confirmed. Look at our quarterback.
Only thing he didn't say, bro, is did they come to you or ask him, did they come to you about James Washington? I guarantee you they did.
Sure.